let's say you have an image like this. This one's a little bit harder, which is why I like using it as an example. The end goal, cancel. The end goal that we're shooting for is something that looks like this. So let's make that happen. And here, let me just drag this up to the top of the layer stacking order and start adding new curves color adjustment layers. Excuse me. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to click curves. And I'm going to start by hitting auto. This is the icky auto that we have no interest in using. I'm going to go to auto options and go to this, enhance per channel contrast, and let's turn that on and off. It looks all right, but it's not nearly as powerful as I want it to be. Here's the reason. When you click on auto, it looks for the whitest point on the image, or excuse me, it looks for the lightest point in the image and makes that completely white. Then it looks for the darkest, which is up here. Then it looks for the darkest point in the image and makes that actually black. And that's all that auto does. And it does that on all the channels. Don't worry about what a channel is. That makes all of this confusing. Never mind that little 14 seconds of rant right there. What we want to do is not just look at the lightest point in the entire image. We want to look at the lightest point in the point of focus. So what this boils down to is if one-click auto doesn't work, set the white point, the black point, and the midpoint manually. Let's go ahead and do that. So lightest point in this image, maybe I want it to be right here. That looks a little bit too bright. So what I'm looking for here is basically where we're losing pixels. So it's basically just a block of white space. We don't want that because it's telling us that instead of getting a full range of color, we've blacked things out. So we definitely wouldn't want something that looked like this because way too much is white. Or, so this is using the white point tool wrong. But even if we go and do something that looks like this here, like this, that's still far too extreme. What I'm looking for is something that looks more like this. Are we doing a little bit of clipping into the white? Sure. But is it strategic and looks pretty good? Yes. In fact, we can see exactly which pixels are clipping. When I say clipping, I mean pixels that are 100% white. So we're not getting any values of color there. If you hit down the Alt key, so with this white color picker picked, color picker? Is there a name for this? I don't know. It's sample an image, whatever. Picked. If you hit Alt, here, if you hold down Alt, you can actually see exactly where the pixels are 100% white. And I'm fine with it clipping it off in those various places. Now let's go to the black point and set the black point. So this would be way too much. This would definitely be way too much. But even this is a little bit too much. If I hit Alt, I can see exactly where it's clipping to be completely black. So I'm going to click in that area and hit Alt again, and click in that area and hit Alt again. I'm all right with the clipping down here. So let's look at the before and after of what we have so far. It's good, but I'm still not too happy about it because I still feel like the chroma, I still feel like the neutral gray isn't exactly right. And I'm trying to figure out what that is. Is it too blue? Is it too red? Is it too yellow? I'm not sure. And you know what? I don't need to know. All I need to do is find a point in this image that's neutral gray, click this button, and then click it there. And it fixes it for me without having to worry about exactly how it's wrong at all. So let's look at the before and after of this. Before, after. That's pretty good.